Oh, I saw the Agurin clip, by the way. Here, I saw this Agurin clip. This is what people were talking about. This was the clip from yesterday.
What is this waste of my time? I'm gonna say AFK. I can't play, right? You guys can see it. I am not allowed to play the game. Right? You can see it. I'm not gonna play anymore. If my bard wasn't disgusting, we could play, but he is, so.
That's a tilting way to die too, by the way. Like, if you look at this, like, he's trying to play it like pretty safe. Gets the root, and then Leona buffers her E with the root, and then it's like, it looks like it's like not going to hit him. It ends up hitting him, and he just fully dies off this. Then Bard hits the cube, but doesn't get the angle for the stun. That is a fucking tilting way to die. I don't know, bro. I personally hate playing with this shit. Look, all I'm saying is that every jungler that has played Challenger solo queue on stream for years just loses their mind. Name one Challenger jungler streamer that has played 5 years plus, 4 years plus, solo queue, high elo, on stream, every single day, day in and day out, that hasn't lost their mind and got a Reddit hate thread for being toxic. And it's like, yes, you shouldn't AFK, right? Like, you shouldn't ever AFK in a game. You should just, like, suffer. Like, he should just suffer here. Like, the game is over. The enemy Renekton has full top turret at 8 minutes. The Renekton is going to be fucking huge. Like, you should literally just fucking suffer. But it's like, yeah. Broxa doesn't play high elo. Like, most of the time, Broxa doesn't play high elo. Like, he plays, like, Master GM most of the time, from what I see. Like, he actually does not spend that much time. Let me see, Teargraph. He doesn't spend that much time actually playing, like Challenger games, because you will just lose your mind. And also, Broxa, it hasn't been 4 years yet, right? When did he retire? 2022? So it's been like 3 years. But it's like, it's just an extremely frustrating experience playing high rank solo queue as jungle day in and day out on stream, getting like cringed out by your chat every single time. Like, look, I think instead of just being like, oh, every jungler is just coincidentally toxic, bro, just realize that the role that they've created is a toxic role, bro. This is a toxic role to play. Like, you literally are just permanent, like, defending yourself against everyone flaming you all the fucking time. Games like this, you just feel like you get griefed. Like, obviously, you should never AFK. I agree with that. Okay, you can make the Reddit hate thread, you can hate on him, but I think that there's a core problem here that, like, jungle is the most suffering fucking role to play. And I wish that they did something to either teach more people about how the role interacts, do something like to make there be less of a disconnect between what people's perception of jungle is and what the role is, or just like just fucking ban people when they just cringe out and just type weird shit. Also, ban people that do this strategy. No one wants to play with this. I don't give a like. Here's one problem. Riot has made an effort to make sure that alternative strategies are not viable, right? Like, we can see this every single time an alternative strategy becomes viable, even if it's lane swaps for like 5 minutes into the game. Riot is like, get that shit out of the game instantly. They've consistently done things to keep people in lanes. They added plates to the game. They added armor into the top and mid turrets so that bot lanes are forced to go bot. They just do shit to make it so you have to play a standard game, right? Like, maybe you could play a champion that's not super standard in your role, but you kind of have to go to your role. There's a reason why no one does this in competitive play. When this was broken, when the support items were overtuned and people were doing the Janatop in like competitive, number one, it didn't even have super insane win rate. Like, I don't even know if it was actually good. I think people just thought it was good, and then when people adapted to it and they understood how to play against it, it became less good. Riot makes efforts to make the game super standardized. They want one person jungle, one person top, one person mid, 2 people bot. If Riot does this over and over again, then as a player, you have to just go to top lane. It is not fucking good to roam around the map. I've played with this, by the way, a bunch of times in NA, and just let the enemy top lane become fucking Thanos. Like, when I play against the strategy, there's the same guy. I fucking hate playing with him. Every jungler hates playing with this shit. There's the same guy in NA. There's a Rammus one trick. He plays Rammus roaming from level 1. Just like this Bard player, same exact strategy. Like, you have to stack Drakes. It's not even as good as it was last season because they added Grubs into the game. So, like, now it's not the same thing where it's like, okay, we lose like 1 Herald at 8 minutes or some shit. But it's not that catastrophic, right? We lose 1 Herald, we stack Drakes instead. There's a trade-off. The Bard takes Smite, the Rammus takes Smite, whatever. You like do multiple people on Drake. You try to stack Drakes. Enemy top laner's really strong. Your bot lane's like pretty strong because you're formatting it on repeat. And you end up in a situation where you can maybe get soul and win the game. It's worse than it was then. Like, this strategy is worse than it was then because now Grubs exist. So when you're doing this shit bot side and you get Dragon in 5 minutes, enemy jungler gets Grubs, and then your whole turret disappears, top, your tier 2 turret disappears, and you can't play the game. So how exactly are you supposed to play? How exactly is the strategy supposed to work? Riot makes sure that strategies like this are not viable. And then people do them anyway. Like, because this is a thing where people just make it their brand for some reason. Like, they think that this is the way they're going to blow up on Twitch is by doing an alternative strategy. They're like, oh, Boss did an alternative strategy, which was also nerfed out of the game, by the way, right? Like, they nerfed Sion out of the game. Essentially, AD Sion, split push, dying all the time. That strategy was nerfed because of Boss. Anytime there's a really good alternative strategy, it is always nerfed out of the game. And this is not a new strategy. This is a strategy we've seen before, bro. I've had to play with all types of this. There was a time where Tarzan was playing duo top. I had to play with Tarzan playing jungle, or like queuing jungle and coming to my lane. This is when I was on my top lane arc. This is when I did the Dantes tournament, whatever. He just laned with me from level 1, bro. Like, he literally just laned with me from level 1. He's like, oh, 2 top, jungle is too weak. I'm going 2 top. And it was just like hell to play with. No one likes playing with these strategies. Like, this is not actually a good way to play League of Legends. So sure, you can make the argument Agurin should not AFK. You can make this argument, whatever. I would argue that this Bard is trolling the game. That's how I feel. When I'm playing with a strategy like that, I feel like I'm just getting griefed. And it's not fun for everyone else to play, bro. No one wants to play this game besides for the person doing this, by the way. The enemy team doesn't want to play that type of game. The other 9 players in the game hate the experience of playing this game. The only person that can have any fun is the Bard. And I just think that it's like, I just think that this is super frustrating to play with. And the thing about these types of players is that they behave as a toxic teammate. Like, if you go in lobby, like, I play with this Rammus guy all the time, and I'm like, and I'll try to just be nice and reason with them. Yo, bro, like, I don't think the strategy is good this game. The enemy team has like a Camille top. He's just going to split push. He's going to get way too strong. He's going to carry the game. Maybe if you're playing versus tank, it's fine. But this dude is playing Camille top. He's going to get way too strong. He's going to carry the game versus our champs. Can you please go top lane this game? And motherfuckers like this, they do this strategy every game regardless of circumstance. And they just like put a fucking gun to your head as a jungler. And they're like, you will play my game or we lose. And even if you play their game, you'll lose most of the time anyway. So it feels fucking bad for people to do that. You should be allowed to pick your champion. Yeah, you can pick your champ. You just shouldn't do this every single game. Leaving your top lane open is not a viable strat that you can do every single fucking game. Like, you cannot open top every single game no matter what. That's just not how League of Legends works. So what people don't understand is that, like, there's going to be a decent amount of time where somebody is griefing the game. Also, I think in general, like, is it not toxic for 4 people to be asking you not to do something and then for you to just do it anyway? Like, as a teammate, is that not actually being, like, in my mind, a toxic teammate? Like, I don't care if somebody's typing. I think it is much more toxic if people are asking you specifically, like, hey, as your teammate, we're in this together. We're trying to win this game. I prefer if you do something else. Like, in this game, can you do something else? I'll almost always accommodate my teammates if my teammates want that. Like, I randomly have Kassadin mid players where they're like, hey, bro, like, I'm playing Kassadin mid. Like, can you play like Rek'Sai this game? I always like playing with Rek'Sai, for example. And like, even if I'm playing like a lot of Udyr or whatever, sure, bro, I'll play a Rek'Sai game for you. Oh, we want a tank jungle? I got you. I'll play like a Sejuani game every now and then. I think accommodating your teammates in some way is a good quality to have, bro. And these players, from what I've noticed, they just make it their brand to do their same thing every game. And then, like, in the games they lose where, like, this game is completely unplayable for everyone else, enemy top laner just knows how to play in a 1v0 lane. He doesn't grief the game, gets a huge lead, doesn't throw it, whatever. You just lose, and it's like, nice, bro, you just wasted everyone's time. Like, I think that this is actually a toxic way to be as a teammate. To just do your strategy every single game regardless. And I bet you he does it every single game. I bet you that he literally refuses to play normal League of Legends ever on his champion. Let's see. It looks like he literally just does it every single game, bro. It literally just looks like he does it every single game. Like, I bet you when he plays Malphite and oh no, look, it looks like he's literally even doing it on Malphite, bro. He has support item on Malphite. Like, do you think anyone wants to play this game? They want to play with a Malphite How much CS does he have? 50 CS at 16 minutes. Who in this game wanted to play with this, bro? Tell me, who in this game wanted to play with a Malphite with Ghost roaming from level 1 that has 50 CS and a World Atlas? Like, you're telling me that this is like not trolling? Like, this is disgusting troll. Like, this should literally just get you banned, bro. Like, who would want to fucking play with that, bro? What is he doing this game? Oh, he played... Bro, is this guy not just trolling every game? He's playing Phase Rush Shyvana mid with Ghost Ignite. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Also, he's literally just trolling. He's going support item, like, okay. I mean, he's just literally trolling, bro. He's going support item, Ivorin top. Like, he has smite on Ivorin top, I assume. Wait, let me see. Like, this account is disgusting. What is his elo? I mean, he's master. Master, like, 50% win rate, so he's just, like, coin flipping games, essentially. I mean, yeah, you can, like, really troll games and then, like, have 52% win rate, I guess. I would actually like to see, what is his win rate off Bard? See what his win rate is off Bard. Yeah, he, like, loses almost every game off Bard. Because he seems like the type of player where if he's not on Bard, like, maybe the strategy can work on Bard. Like, some games, right? Not every game. Like, there's times where it's good, there's times where it's bad. Sometimes the strategy can work on Bard. Off Bard, it's, like, never working. Like, it looks like he's probably doing this in all of his games. Like, the Malphite, he was doing it. I would assume that he's just like, this is my strategy. This is how I play League. Look at his CS numbers, by the way. So he's probably doing it. I would assume he's doing it on every one of these champs. And he's just losing, like, what? So it's 6. So he's 2 and 6. 2 and 8. Okay. 2 and 8. 7 and 17. 7 and 17. 9 and 21. We counted this, right? 9 and 21. 11 and 22. So he's literally 33% win rate off Bard doing the strategy, and he continues doing it. Like, that is literally just trolling games, bro. That is literally just trolling games. And he just makes it like, oh, it's just an alternative strategy, and everyone just backseats. What's weird to me is, like, no one likes playing with these types of strategies, right? But then for some reason, whenever it gets brought up, like, feels like most people are just on the side of like, dude, just let him play the game the way he wants. Like, I don't know. Bro, I'll be honest. I don't think you buy Hullbreaker just because this guy's doing the strategy. You probably, like, that is probably how he wins games, is like people feel like they need to do something crazy. I think you just see that you're playing versus Bard top. You play any of your normal champions and you just go demolish and you just take the turrets where he isn't. And then you just don't into your lead when it comes time that you need to start making plays. Like, Bard is not even like that insane of an early ganking champion. I think you should be allowed to play Bard top. Yeah, you can play Bard top. Like, I think that if you played Bard top and you went top lane every single game at least, and maybe your champion isn't good, but you're at least like trying to win while going top lane, I think that's fine. Like, maybe you're like, because then you'd probably even off like at whatever elo, and it just would be what it is. There's a lot of people that play suboptimal champs. But I think that the problem with players like this is they force their strategy every single game, even when the strategy is bad. I think that this also goes for other roles, by the way. I really dislike players that refuse to play the game in any different way, regardless of what the circumstance is. This is PowerPoint? Oh no.
Right now, my top laner linked me a Google presentation that I have to
watch.
What is this,
real bro?
Quick in case we want to win. How do we win? TLDR, forget about top. Enemy can get in here pre-15 min. It's fine. Smiley face. Play bot side. Stack drakes. Invade enemy jungle. Dive bot. Don't.
Bro, how can he read? Wait, what is going on, bro? How can he read this shit? What am I seeing?
Top. Fiora, Riven, Aatrox.
What is he even reading?
EP Darius mains. Bardinet. Okay. Teammate Bard.
Bro, he can read that shit?
TLDR. Bot side. Bardinet. Okay. Teammate Bard equals Ben's Bard equals Ilawi. 5
Mongolia Madrid, thank you for another gifted 10. Old man eyes. Wait, you can read that? You can read that? I can barely read it. Forget about top. Enemy can. Nah, I can't read that shit.
Enemy jungle. Dive bot. Don't go top. Fiora, Riven, Aatrox, GP, Darius mains. Bardinet. Okay. Teammate Bard equals Ben's Bard equals Ilawi. 5 junglers, look at this. Mid laners, look at this. You can catch top wave if it's stacked, but prio your tempo so we can play bot side. Strong side lane or wave control. Good setup and snowball. Tie for reading. If you lose, X9 bodynet as usual. If you win, X9 bodynet as usual. General. I have the Dark Reader on. Hold up.
Maybe you're
Play
colorblind.
bot side,
Really?
don't go
I just don't know how he's fucking reading this, bro. Oh, he's
top.
reading it now.
up. I give up the Dark Reader on. Hold up.
Wait, I'm so impressed that Keijo was actually able to
I
read
have
this
the-
shit. Like that is more impressive. I don't even care about anything else. How was he able to read this shit with Dark Reader like on?
Dark Reader on. Hold up. Play bot side, don't go top. Avoid top. I give up top lane completely. Enemy top will get all plates, but we win 5 before bot side. Freezing waves to deny XP is really OP. Losing early nip is fine.
Teammate bans Bard equals Alawi, and then he ends every single game. So this guy is literally just a fucking toxic player, no? Like that is literally just what he does. If the teammates ban Bard, he just goes Alawi and he's like, and he just ints every game. Cool. So how does this guy still have an account?
Bot laners, don't die too early. Respect level 3 gank, freeze waves to XP, or push and use demolish.
By flash over, just canceled. Cancel, just canceled.
Enemy team has jungle Dinga! And I have Bard in it! What is happening? I have Sion Inc!
Oh, it looks like a horror, bro.